And welcome back. Today we're flying one of the most expensive planes in the game. The I-301, 3.0 Russian. And this thing, well, it's not bad per se, definitely not. It has amazing guns. It has the same gun as the IL-2, the VYA-23 in the nose. A little bit less ammo and a different name, but the shells are identical. It has 2 Berezins and then 2 ShKass. And the firepower on this thing is amazing, don't get me wrong. The climb rate, however, as well as the top speed, are not very good. It's an upgunned Lag 3 essentially. It does turn pretty alright. There's nothing to write home about, but it can hold up with most of the competition. Do keep in mind you're at 3.0. Most of your enemies are not as experienced as you would like them to be. And just like this VJ33, he has been chasing me for a good while now. I think I cut out like 6 minutes of footage. Because simply all he did was dive on me and then try to run away again. And I know I say this a lot, but I was watching it, I was reviewing it, and I was actually recording my voice over it. And I actually fell asleep myself. So I can imagine that there's not much to say about it. Everything was sped up because it was just so inherently boring. I'd rather show you the fight versus this D4Y2. Extremely maneuverable plane. It's however not very fast, but that doesn't mean it can't catch you, because this thing is, well, fast enough. And you can see that I cannot get my guns on him at all. And if he keeps his energy, which he is doing, and I'm going to speed up some parts here and there, most of it will not be sped up, especially the fight at the end, which I do recommend you to check out. It's in about a minute from now, because that was a pretty nice fight. But this guy is extremely maneuverable, and he has more energy than me at this point, and I don't really have the separation with the speed that I'm currently having to run away from this guy. He's dodging. He tried to rocket me at the start of the game, so I know that he's somewhat quirky and he's trying to do the big funny, I guess. So he's probably not the most inexperienced pilot. And I can tell, he's dodging the head-ons, he doesn't have very good guns. I still need to be careful though, because if I get this guy very closely on my 6, there is very little I can do. And funny that I say that now, because we are going to end up dogfighting this guy in a second, and you can tell I'm going into this fight going only 420. And he has some altitude, he had some speed, and now he is 0.5 on my 6. And I can just try to straight line it here. I try to run away from him. But at the same time, if I fly perfectly straight, big chance is that he's just simply going to shoot me down. I only have 1 minute 50 of fuel left. This guy probably has more. And if I try to run him out, well, I'm not going to accomplish anything, because I'm pretty far away from the base. So I'm forced to dogfight this guy with him on my 6. So we go into a little spiral here. I know that his roll and the rudder aren't very responsive at low speed, and luckily he has very bad guns. So I'm not too worried about him getting a shot on, but still I don't want to risk it. So I'm trying to get above his nose here, just on the left of his nose. He stalls out just in time. And we get dead on the 6. I want to use these flaps as much as I can. They increase my turn rate. And they slow me down a little bit, allowing me to stay on his 6. But look at his turn rate. He can just throw that thing around and get a shot on me. Luckily, he does not have the energy here. And I do have a little bit of separation. So I will be able to just fall on top of him here. Beautiful shot. If I had missed that, I would have died. And if he had different guns, I would have died too, because he got the shots on me before we even merged in the dogfight. And there you have it, the D4Y2. Not the best plane in the world. I figured I'd show you anyway. And here we have a little game for you. 5 kills, bit of a sour one, but you know, can't have it all. We go head on, only managed to hit some MGs probably, because most of the time if you hit that 23 they are going to be dead. It's not like a mix on LA-15s and planes like that. If this 23 hits a plane, yeah, you're going to explode. That's just how it is. So I'm extending away from this guy. It's the same plane as at the start, and the VJ33 is actually pretty annoying in this thing, because he's just a tad more maneuverable than you. So what do? We pick up some speed here in the dive, make him pick up some speed as well, making him a little bit faster than me, and he will overshoot in the long run. Prolonged dogfight I will probably not win, but if he forces it pretty quack, I wanted to say fast and quick at the same time. Quack, I'm a duck. So if he forces dogfight pretty fast and try to get the turn in as quickly as I can, then I might be able to get my guns on. Wasn't the case, so now he's on my 6 with a little bit of an altitude advantage, and this is not good. This is not a position you want to be in. But again, I can slowly see that he's not really gaining on me and he has some altitude. So if you go into a dive right here, he should pick up just enough speed to where he will overshoot me. Try to use the flaps a little bit, try to get behind him. I'm not sure what he's doing here, but we managed to reverse him. So we try to get the shot in here, managed to just not have enough lead, and this is one of those planes with that gimmick where if you use your controls on your keyboard, you will pull a lot harder than with your mouse, and this makes it very awkward to aim at lower speeds. or any speed for that matter, which is quite unfortunate because this plane mostly relies on the speed, and I think he passed out there and just flew straight. Easy shot for me, and we shoot his pilot out of the cockpit. And now my team is kinda dead. We have a P-40 up there, which is kind of a big threat, but he's flying away and he's chasing a bomber, so I can kind of ignore him for now. And I want to clean up the furball in the middle, which is exactly what we are going to do. Unfortunately, the P-40 just killed the bomber, so if he dies on me here, I'm gonna have a little bit of a problem. Not the biggest problem in the world, because I do think I can outmaneuver a P-40, but it will mostly depend on how he plays it, because he certainly has a lot of speed over me here. Looks like he's ignoring me, he's gonna go RTB, he might be hit by the bomber, might be out of ammo. But on his way to the base, I'm gonna clean up his entire team on the deck here, and try to win the game. So we're diving on a Spitfire, there's another Spitfire down there, but this one has the most amount of energy and I want to kill him right now, but he manages to turn the one direction I can't go in. One of the Spitfires flies into a tree, and now it's only 3v1 over here. Well, now it is, because my teammate died. And this P-39N is one of the most dangerous planes that is beyond, so I want to kill him. I don't want him to get some speed up and run away. I'm not sure how damaged that he is. And there's the 23 in action, and it blows his wing clean off. P-40 still flying away, but I do want to keep check on him because I don't want him to randomly turn around and then focus me with maybe an orange engine and like 50-50 kills left. I don't know what state this plane is in, so I'm just gonna assume that he's pristine with low ammo, so he's going to RTB to get some more rounds. But he can still definitely kill me. But he's like 8 kilometers away from me now. Not too worried, it will take him a little bit to get here. We're not flying 10.7, so I have some time over here. Spitfire tried to pitch up for me. I have way more energy than him, and it doesn't matter that he turns 10 times better than me when I have that much more energy. Other Spitfire coming in, and we are just gonna go do the same thing. We go up, we go over him, go kind of horizontal here. Check again for the P-40 before I dive in, because I don't want to make it a 2v1. This guy is very slow. He might have overheated his engine, and now he's running on 60% or 70% throttle. He's almost falling out of the air, but we have enough energy here to where we can pitch back up and go for the B-18. Instead lost tail control, so he's gonna fly into the ground here pretty soon. And the B-18 is gonna do something I'm not much of a fan of. He's running away from me, so I tried to re-engage the Spitfire to see if he would turn around. He wouldn't. He's doing something very specific here. He's running away from his teammate, so that if I go for him, I won't have time to kill the P-40, and if I go for the P-40, I won't have time to kill the B-18. So whatever happens at this point, I have lost. That's it. The B-18 is just going to run away. The tickets will drain themselves because this is War Thunder and the AI kills each other. I'm completely fine with losing on tickets. I'm not completely fine with losing on tickets without any player input. At the start of this game, some fighters killed some pillboxes by simply using their 50 cals, and my team only has, you guessed it, medium tanks. Yeah, you can't really kill those with your guns unless, well, I happen to be flying this plane with the 23, which can kill the tanks, but I don't find it enjoyable, so I didn't. So I'm not bitching about the fact that I lost. I'm talking about the fact that it's a pretty unfair mechanic. My team only has pillboxes. They can easily kill those with fighters, machine guns, cannons, anything they want. And they have medium tanks, something you need ordnance for, or heavy calibers. So mostly you can kill maybe 2 or 3 in one run. So say that team rushes in, 3 planes, they kill 11 pillboxes, which is not unrealistic. It happens all the time. Don't say you can counter rush them, because most of the time you can't. Attacker spawns are so far forward that they are killing everything before you're even there. They turn around, they make it back to the base. Now they're going to camp there until the tickets run out. I can then, as a fighter, try to kill some medium tanks with my ordnance. I can maybe kill 2 or 3 per run. I have to land 4 times to do that, and in the meantime the tickets just ran out, or the timer did, and there is no real counterplay to this. And that's the main problem here. I'm not complaining about the fact that attackers can win the game. If the AI did not kill itself, or rather if the AI didn't kill each other, I wouldn't have a problem with it. It's completely fine that an attacker can influence the game, but I don't think it should be an automatic system. And there he is. I'm really hoping he won't camp the base, but we already know he will, because this is low tier. Well, actually this is any tier. And this is exactly why airfield AA shouldn't be a thing, especially at lower tiers. He's gonna turn around. I don't have that much energy and speed on him. Sure, I have enough, and I can beat him. But it's your own fault for having the land. We all took off at the same time. Your minimum fuel is like what? 28 minutes? It can be fuel. It can't even be fuel. It's either ammo or damage. And if you sustain damage, maybe try not getting hit. If you're out of ammo, maybe try spraying less. If you fly a plane with low fuel, low ammo, hard to get kills with, whatever you're flying, why is that the other guy's problem? You took that plane out, you suffer the consequences. That's simply how it is. If I fly something like the MB-157, I'm not gonna camp the base because I'm out of ammo. I could have picked a different plane, for starters. I could have done a lot of things that wouldn't annoy someone else. So now, this guy clearly isn't coming out, so I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna give him the altitude advantage, lure him into a little bit of a false sense of security. I'm not really scared of someone that camps the base, because 9 out of 10 times, they don't know what they're doing. P40, finally coming out. I'm going head on with him. I want to kill him as quickly as I can. At this point, it's more of a matter of spite than trying to win. Because this guy, just the way he was setting on the runway, he completely messed it up. That's probably why you were camping the airfield. And that's the game. The B-18 is on the other side of the stratosphere, and the tickets are gonna drain themselves.